Hello and welcome to our very first ever preview and recap episode. Today we're going to be recapping the women's volleyball, our very first team of the fall season to begin. This last weekend they went 2-2 on their opening weekend. They defeated Olivet Nazarene and Ave Maria while falling to Grace and Cumberland.
Against Olivet Nazarene, Mary Kay Benlagi and Hallie Badir led the team in kills with 11. The duo of Delaney Roden and Maddie Marcourt combined for 43 assists. In the loss to Grace, Benlagi would record a team high of 15 kills. Roden and Marcourt combined for 33 assists.
In the win against Ave Maria, Benlagi and Badir combined for 34 out of the team's 64 kills. Roden and Marcourt combined for 53 assists, and Roden leading the way with 27. Roden also led the team in serve aces with 3. Kate Wright was second on the team with 16 digs and her highest total of the opening weekend.
In the loss to Cumberland, 5 Mustangs recorded at least 10 digs, led by Roden with 12. Bella Dantzler led the defense with a solo block as well as 3 assisted blocks.
And for the preview of this upcoming week of sports, we have a bunch of teams that are opening their season. Okay, for our home events, we're going to start with a soccer doubleheader this Wednesday. We're going to go JV women's varsity and then men's varsity. It's going to be 3, 5, and 7. That's August 20th. This Saturday, August 23rd at 8:30 a.m., our football team is going to open up with a scrimmage against Grinnell. Women's soccer that same day at 1 p.m. is going to play against Briarcliff, and then women's JV to follow that. And we also have men's soccer versus Dakota Wesleyan on Sunday at 5:30. That's the 24th. And then we have for not home events, volleyball again plays. It's at USF, the Big Dog Classic, against St. Francis. That's Friday night. And then against St. Xavier and Georgetown on Saturday.
Also, don't forget to keep an eye out for that social media link for our golf classic coming up September 4th. It's a big golf tournament with a silent auction. Spread the word about the auction. All proceeds for both the tournament and the auction will go back to the school to enhance the student-athlete experience on campus, enhancing updates to equipment, facilities, etc. All proceeds just greatly benefit the teams. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media. Hit that like button and subscribe to get updates in the future. Thank you.
Welcome back to In the Saddle podcast. Today we're joined by women's head coach Hannah Clark. Caleb?
How are you doing today?
Great. How are you guys?
Good.
Doing good.
That's good.
Have you ever done an interview like this for sports or anything?
No, not really. That's my first podcast.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, going off of that, can you tell us a little bit about your soccer journey and how you ended up here at Mount Mercy?
Yeah, so I guess I can kind of start from the beginning. So I grew up in Fort Collins, Colorado. From there, my parents were both college athletes. So my mom played Division III softball at Virginia Wesleyan. My dad played D1 soccer at Marshall University. So we were a big athletic family. So I think the passion for soccer came when I was little. We used to wake up at like 5, 6 in the morning, watch Premier League games with my dad downstairs, and that kind of grew a passion from there. So past that, I was playing club soccer it was Colorado Rush at the time. So they were one of the top programs in the country. So I was very fortunate. It was actually an hour and a half away from my house, so I would have to travel for games, have to travel for practice. It was quite a distance. You hit Denver traffic, 8 turns into 2 hours. So they were one of the top teams in the country at the time. I was very fortunate, great coaching staff. Played with some crazy players there. There's a player, Lindsay Horan. She's Lindsay Heaps now. She's the captain of the U.S. national team. So got to play with her. Several other players, which is really cool. We were top ranked in the country at the time. From there, I was also playing semi-pro soccer in Colorado since the time of 13. So it was a USL. So very fortunate to have access to those programs within Colorado. So I was playing semi-pro up until I was in college. So I got to play with very, very good players again. Once again, it's like Lindsay Horan, who was on the national team, Janine Becky, who is on the Canadian national team right now. So very fortunate there. Cool story with that. I was like 14 or 15 when the professional league fell for the women's side in the United States, and they were getting ready for the World Cup. So all the professional players fell into the semi-pro division.
Yeah.
So I was getting to play like Hope Solo, Megan Rapinoe, like crazy players like that, which was really cool because, those are the kind of players that you look up to when you're younger. So very fortunate there. When I was a sophomore in high school, I committed to the University of Iowa. So played there for 4 years. I was a team captain, very good experiences there. Actually broke 4 school records. Lots of cool awards in there as well from the Big Ten. So very good coaching staff, that kind of stuff. So after that, I played professional soccer in Sweden. Picked up a few injuries. So while I was playing in Sweden, I came back to the University of Iowa. I ended up getting a shoulder surgery. In that time, I was kind of rehabbing there, and I was still training with the University of Iowa, preparing for the next season. And then I kind of fell into coaching. So I kind of started a volunteer assistant coach position at the University of Iowa, and then I decided to stay back. And then I kind of just picked up coaching from there. So a little bit of a crazy soccer journey, lots of different things going on there. So.
Wow. What was the records you broke at Iowa?
It's hard to remember. So I think it was most wins in a season, most wins in school history, most shutouts in a season, and most shutouts in school history.
Wow.
Yeah.
And remind us again what position you played.
I was a goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper.
Wow.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Congrats on the school records.
Oh, thank you. I'm not sure if they still
at that
stand,
level.
but yeah, it was cool. It was a really good experience. I was playing with really talented players. There was a player on there. Her name's Chloe Lacoste. She's playing professional soccer right now. She's on the Canadian national team. She's a very good player. So very good talent and athletes at Iowa, and very good coaching staff. So
yeah.
Wow. That's
cool.
Awesome. You said you watch Premier League. Do you have a team that you watch?
Yeah. I watch Manchester United. Unfortunately, they kind of break my heart every weekend. So I try and separate myself a little bit from it, especially during season and we have games at the same time. I'm watching them in the mornings, and then most of the time they make me upset. Sometimes I'm happy, but they're on the struggle bus. So.
Yeah.
Well, following up you sharing your experience with soccer and all the different levels you played. How does all that prepare you to get into this head coaching position?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm very fortunate to grow up and be surrounded by really awesome coaches. Just to name a few, I was coached by Chris Sharp. He's actually the assistant coach for the Colorado Rapids right now. Tim Schultz, he's actually the CEO of all the Rushes throughout the world. Crazy talented coach. He was also a national team coach, youth national team coach. So I've been surrounded by great coaches that have kind of influenced me as well. Looking back at Iowa, Ron Rainey, Dave Dione, who's currently there as well. So I think all of these coaches have really shaped me into the type of coach I am. And I kind of, look back on my past experiences and, take things from there as well. So.
Yeah. Nice, cool. Very cool. Do you think that, there's a particular coach that's influenced you the most in your head coachiness now, or is it kind of a melting pot of all of them?
Yeah, I think it's really a melting pot. I think everything, all coaches kind of have different styles, so it's really cool to, take those styles and kind of mesh it into your own thing as well. So, like I said, I've had the opportunity. I've been very blessed to be surrounded by very good coaches. So, I try and take what I learned from them, and, we kind of bring it into our coaching style as well.
Cool. What would you say your favorite part of the sport is?
I don't know. That's hard to say. I don't know. I love everything. I grew up like a soccer nut. I was obsessed with soccer. I remember in elementary school, we'd get those papers and be like, what do you want to be one day? Professional soccer player. Just thinking about those things and looking back on it, just everything about the game. I think, you can kind of, separate yourself from what's going on and kind of just channel into your sport. And, I've had a lot of success doing that and, something really to focus and push your goals towards.
Very cool. So give us your thoughts on last season.
Yeah, for sure. So I think last season was a good building block to what we are as a program and want to become. I think in the past we've struggled a little bit. So I think we really have our chemistry down, our playing style, which is really important, and the whole team is on board. One of our big goals last year was to make the conference tournament, and we had only made the conference tournament once before, and it was quite a long time ago. So that was a huge goal and something really to build towards during the season. So that was a major goal, and, that's something that we want to repeat again. So I think that's massive for us, right? Not just going once, but can we do it again? And, what is the mindset of the players? Like, what is it going to take to get us there again and be successful? We want to shock the conference, right? And that's a lot what we talked about with the team last year is how can we come in, shock the conference, be the best possible team that we can be, and, while staying together as a team as well. So not individuals are going to help us win the game. It's just going to be a collective.
Okay. Going off of that, you briefly talked about like the results of last season, making it to the conference tournament. How does that result prepare you prepare the team to get into this season and how they go about preparing for the season?
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of the girls, I didn't think they knew what they were capable of last season. And that kind of just shows them that they do fit in and belong in the conference, which we have a very tough conference for women's soccer. So, just building off of that, right? We did it once, but that was last season now. This season's different. So what are we going to do to get back there? And what are we going to do each and every year to continue to get back, right? That was a goal. Now it should be an expectation. So that's kind of what we're heading in towards for this season as well.
Good. Nice. Very cool. You briefly talked about our style of play. For people who don't maybe watch women's soccer or are not familiar with it, how would you describe Mount Mercy's style of play? Yeah, so I would say we're a very possession-based team. We work a lot on that during training. So we want to play soccer. We don't want to just kick and run, right? So I think it's, players knowing where they fit into the system, how they move as a unit, how we attack as a team, how we defend as a team. So those are all important things. And, we have added quite a few new players. So they're adjusting and learning the system that we've created. So it's very possession-based. We like to go to goal. We like to work hard.
Okay. Nice. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you describe the upcoming schedule with the talent you brought in as well as the talent you retained?
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard to think of it on a scale. I'll put it at an 8. I have a lot of trust in the players. I think they have a lot of trust in us. Like I said, going back to last year, I think they poured a lot of heart and energy into their season. I know they're going to do the same this year, and they know that we trust them and they trust us, and we know they're going to work hard. So I'm really excited. The players are excited. We're right in the middle of preseason, so they're working really hard towards their goals.
Nice. You got me excited. I feel like I want to go watch some soccer.
And I will say, y'all got new uniforms this year, and they look great.
Yeah.
Probably some of the best I've seen in our conference, so they're looking sharp.
Ooh, let's go. That's good.
And you talk about bringing a lot of talent. Is there something that you look for in recruits when you're recruiting? Is there characteristics or things like that? So first off, kind of looking at their technical skill level. Second off, we meet a lot with our recruits in the recruiting process. I think we get on around 2 Zoom calls with them. We're in constant communication. We don't want just good soccer players. We want good people. We want coachable players who are adaptive. So I think that's really important, getting to know the person, because at the end of the day, we want very good people on our team. So I think that's really, really important. And not just very good people in a soccer aspect, good people.
Yeah. Kind of switching gears some. If you had to coach another sport, what would it be?
Oh, boy. I think it would be hockey.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Field or ice hockey?
Oh, shoot, ice hockey. Yeah, not field hockey. I couldn't do that. Ice hockey. I actually played 1 season of ice hockey when I was little. So, it's nice being an outdoor sport, but also kind of sucks because, sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's snowing, sometimes it's 100 degrees out, so you can't really control the temperatures. In hockey, you can just throw on a jacket, call it good, and, it's an aggressive, fun sport to watch, so probably hockey.
I'm assuming you would retain the position of goalie in hockey then?
Potentially. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe. My brother actually was a hockey player, and he played goalkeeper as well, so I feel like it kind of runs in the family a little bit. My dad was also a goalkeeper.
Wow.
So, yeah.
It's in the blood.
Yeah.
It's in the
blood. Similar style of question. If you had to replace a soccer ball with any other sports ball, what would you replace it with?
Do you remember, I don't know if this counts, do you remember playing kickball as a kid?
Yes.
Yeah, those big red bouncy balls?
Yep.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
I bet a college soccer player could launch that thing.
Yeah.
Probably.
They could launch it
It
pretty
would
hard.
also hurt if you got hit by it.
If you were a goalie and you got smacked in the face, that would be terrible.
You'd have to wear that lacrosse helmet.
Yeah.
Just hear the noise if I hit those balls.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit more difficult, but still on the same page. What is something that most people don't know about you when it comes to the sport or even outside of the sport?
About me?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I don't know. Maybe about my playing career. I don't really tell people about what I've done. I really can't think of anything else.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I try as much as I can to show my players the kind of person I am and not just like from a coach and being very strict, right? So I think I try and open up to the players, and I think our other coaches do a really good job of that as well, as like showing our personality and our sides and, being human and compassion. I think that's really important too.
Nice.
Cool.
So going throughout the season, how do you motivate your players? Like, is that something you need to do? Do they motivate themselves? Or?
I think there was a huge turnaround last season where the players were extremely motivated, and I think they needed a little bit more love and attention, and they got that, and I think they knew the coaching staff believed in them and they were on board. So I think really they motivate themselves now. Sometimes do we need to light a little fire under the butt? Yeah, sometimes we do. But yeah, that's most sports teams, right? So I think they're really motivated to have a really good season, and I think the freshmen coming in, they see it from the upperclassmen, which is really important because we need consistency in our training. We need consistency within our games. So I think the upperclassmen really bring that, which is really important.
Cool.
Nice.
Well, I believe that's all the questions we have for you today. We want to thank you for joining us today and taking some time away from your training sessions with the team to join us. And I also want to wish you good luck Wednesday next week, August 20th, for your first game.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, guys.